Welcome to SOS Media, your number one source of the latest news, opinions, and in-depth investigations that dig deeper into today's developing stories around the globe. Jennifer Bonjean on 26 June 2023 filed a motion with the United States government requesting for an additional 30 days extension for the Illinois appeal, in the United States Courts of Appeal for the 7th Circuit. The appeal will be handled by the presiding judge Harry Linen-Weber. Jennifer Bonjean attached a declaration detailing reasons as to why she sees it prudent to ask for an extension in the date of submitting the appeal brief. Jennifer is unable to complete R. Kelly's brief by July 3, 2023 given the fact that she is handling over 70 other cases and hasn't had relatively sufficient time to discuss with R. Kelly. Bonjean must physically visit R. Kelly prior to filing his brief given the fact that he is functionally illiterate and he needs assistance of his attorney to read and review it with him in advance of filing. Bonjean, putting all in mind, has thus requested for a 30-day extension of filing until August 2, 2023. Bonjean works 80 hours a week and this has limited her ability to visit R. Kelly, who is housed in North Carolina. Over the last month, Bonjean had 5 depositions in the matter of Ochoa versus Lopez, and these were court-ordered depositions previously scheduled to accommodate several attorneys find opponents' schedules that could not be changed. Bonjean was in the state of Illinois on June 8, 2023 for in-person rulings on a motion for a new trial in People versus Tyrone Smith, and in the state of California on June 9, 2023 for a conference in the matter of Jane Doe 1 versus Weinstein. During the week of June 12, 2023, Bonjean had no fewer than 9 separate criminal or civil court hearings and conferences to participate in, which limited her ability to schedule a prison visit, which can only be conducted Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. During the same week, she was preparing for 2 hearings which were scheduled to take place in Illinois on June 20 and June 21, 2023. On June 20, 2023 she was supposed to have a third-stage evidentiary hearing that stemmed from a 1981 murder case, People vs. David Ayala. The conviction was remanded on June 29, 2022. Although the matter did not proceed to a hearing on that same date, Jennifer's client was flown into Illinois from Utah and she needed to be present in court to request that he is remanded to the county jail, for preparation for that hearing, which has been rescheduled to July 26, 2023. Bonjean wasn't aware until June 14, 2023 that the hearing was not proceeding as scheduled, so she was busy preparing till she found out. In addition, she had a hearing to litigate young blood and discovery violations scheduled to commence on June 21, 2023, in People of the State of Illinois versus Tyrone Clay. Bonjean's client was arrested in the year 2012 for an alleged shooting of a Chicago police officer, and his case has been pending pre-trial for 12 years. Bonjean and her partner, who were new on the defense team, are actively preparing for this hearing, which involved an extensive review of 12 years of discovery. The city of Chicago retained private attorneys in mid-February to review and produce large amounts of discovery which had been previously withheld from the defense. In less than 4 months, the attorneys retained by the city of Chicago billed approximately $500,000 for the same-day task conducted by Bonjean and her partner without charge. Jennifer Bonjean also had several prosecutors and the police officers subpoenaed to testify on June 21, 2023, which required a great deal of preparation. On the night of the hearing, she was informed by the state that they intended to dismiss all charges. A significant amount of time and work went into preparing for that hearing, which prevented her from focusing on the present appeal. And while preparing for the above-mentioned hearings, Bonjean filed a reply brief on June 19, 2023 in the matter of People versus Juan Rodriguez. This case is currently pending in the Illinois Appellate Court for the 1st District and stems from a 2004 murder conviction. Furthermore, and significantly, Bonjean has a brief due to the United States Courts of Appeal for the 8th Circuit in United States versus James Timothy Norman, which stems from an alleged murder for hire and conspiracy commit murder for hire from March 14, 2016. Following a 9-day jury on September 2022, Norman was found guilty of conspiracy to commit murder for hire, charged in Count 1 of the superseding indictment. Murder for hire is charged in Count 2 of the superseding indictment, and the conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud is charged in Count 3 of the superseding indictment. On March 2, 2023, he was sentenced to life on each of the Counts 1 and 2 and 240 months on Count 3 to be served concurrently. Judgment was entered that same day. That brief is due on July 6, 2023, and Jennifer is traveling to Brewston Mills, West Virginia on June 2023 to meet with her client in advance of filing. These travel plans had been solidified since May 30, 2023, and thus unavoidable. Bonjean also has to turn her attention to an opening brief due in this court in the matter of United States v. Sean Baldwin, who was convicted on February 26, 2019 following a 3-week trial on 8 counts of fraud. He was sentenced on October 18, 2021 to 240 months on each count, with all terms running concurrently. Bonjean has a July 20, 2023 deadline to submit Baldwin's brief. Important to note is the fact that R. Kelly is functionally illiterate, and so Jennifer Bonjean must confer with him in person for extended periods of time, to read and review the brief submitted on his behalf. Due to the extension obligations, Bonjean is unable to do so before July 30, 2023. This has proved even more difficult as she stays in New York and R. Kelly is now in Butner, North Carolina. The extension will give her an opportunity to appropriately meet with R. Kelly and have a meaningful discussion regarding the pending appeal. Fortunately, the motion for extension of time to file R. Kelly's opening brief was granted by the government through its order issued on June 27, 2023. For us who support R. Kelly can also look at Bonjean's busy schedule as a blessing in disguise, because it's a plain indication of the experience and unrelenting spirit she possesses. We know that she knows all the nitty-gritties about the irregularities, injustices and flaws that have marred all R. Kelly's trials. We know a lot of evidence about these irregularities has with time been exposed even by the government's witnesses themselves. There is absolutely no reason as to why R. Kelly should still be in prison. We want to see R. Kelly regain his freedom sooner than later so that he can get the good medical care he needs urgently, rejoins his family and friends, and eventually does what he knows best: give us more of the best live R&B music that we have missed for all this long. Robert Sylvester Kelly was born on the south side of Chicago, Illinois on January 8, 1967 at Chicago Lying-in Hospital, now University of Chicago Medical Center, in the city's Hyde Park neighborhood. He has 5 siblings, 3 of which are half, 2 older sisters and brother, along with a younger brother and sister. His mother Joanne was a school teacher and devout Baptist who was born in Arkansas. The identity of his father, who was absent from R. Kelly's life and later raised 2 children, is not known. His family lived in the Ida B. Wells Homes public housing project in the Black metropolis Bronzeville district of Chicago's Douglas neighborhood, also on the city's south side. Around the time he was 5 years old, R. Kelly's mother married his stepfather Lucius, who reportedly worked for an airline. R. Kelly began singing in the church choir at age 8. Thank you for watching today's video, brought to you by SOS Media. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our videos. Also remember to leave your comment about today's topic in the comment section below.